Hi everyone, my name's Anna. Welcome to Card Making Project 547. Today we're going to make a gorgeous Christmas shadow box card. Not only that, it's got a shaker feature on it as well. And it's a gorgeous card, and I had a few issues with the project for this card, so I've got to apologise. And then I've also got to apologise because when we get to the end and I went to photograph it after the issues in the video, I realised then that the whole cardstock that I used for the front was upside down. So I don't need anybody to message me and say that you've made a complete hash of that, because I know. Everything I do use I should put in a detailed list on my blog. Please be sure to check it out. Now, it's a gorgeous card. I love the shadow box cards. I love the die set. When you watch the video, please do not let this put you off, because it is me, my error, and not you. I set everything out and I set my pages for the shadow layers the wrong way around. That's all. And because I'm filming, I lost all control of faculties. My brain goes out of the window if I don't have it all set out as I've done it, and I have to chatter away at the same time and keep you all entertained, and I just, I'm human. So it's a great project for what not to do and then what to do. So there's some good ideas in there, and it does look fantastic at the end. Just a shame the cardstock's not the right way around. Please share any of my other videos with your crafty friends. Please give any of my other videos a thumbs up, and I'm sure you will enjoy this. It's not too bad. And I get there in the end, and just remember when I actually say to you, oh, I think I managed to pull it off. When I turn the camera off and I look at it and I think, oh yeah, and I get the little photo box out to photograph it, then I think, oh no, the cardstock's upside down. And it was, my face was a picture. That was nearly one for the gag reel, but there would have been too many bleeps there. So, without further ado, please sit back, relax, have a look at what you can do, what you shouldn't do, and what you can end up doing on today's project. For today's Christmas card project, seeing it's Friday, we're going to make a gorgeous Christmas shadow box card with a difference. It's going to have a shaker effect at the back of it. The dies we're going to use are the Christmas shadow box die set from Anna Griffin. We're going to use both the large section and the inner section. We're going to die cut the inner section for the pages twice and the outer section once. Now, I want to give you a tip here, because I don't have the extra large embossing mat. And I thought, oh, that might be a problem, because I've got the extra large plates for my Empress, but I don't have the large embossing mat. When I ran this through the Empress, I then, after die cutting it, I ran it through again on the large plate, but I put the small embossing mat through the centre, so it didn't cover the score lines. Now, I know a few of you have wrote to me about when you score things and you run it through a machine, whatever machine it is, the actual lines cut rather than score because there's too much pressure. So I simply die cut it. I used the mat in the centre. The small mat just works perfectly through the centre, so it didn't add extra pressure to the sides where the scores are, and I found that helped. I'm not using any of the embellishments that are included in the set, so it's just simply the two shadow box dies that we're using. Now, this video is in kind of 3 sections. I want to show you how to make the shaker for the card, and then we're going to do the insert, and then we'll make the actual shadow box and the card. So it might be a long one. So I hope you sort of sit back and you've got a cup of tea and you're relaxing. The first thing we're going to need is, a couple of years ago Anna brought out an extra shaker, not an embellishment kit, but the extras that you need to make shaker cards. And included were the acetate pouches to be able to make shaker sachets, so to speak. I've added a little bit of extra tape on. All the red tape is the extra that I've added. You get it with the white tape, but I just wanted extra so it's on both sides. I'm also going to be using something called artificial snow. Now this was from a large hobby store in the UK. I would presume that it's online as well, and I would presume that places across the pond like Michael's and Joann's maybe have it. It is a very fine texture of white, what looks like snow. That's the only way I can describe it. If you can't get it, I will do my best to find some online and add links on my blog. If not, use sequins, glitter, anything you might have in your stash already. So we've got our pouch and I've added the extra tape on it. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I want a little bit of height in it. I don't want it to be a flat pouch. So I'm going to add some 3D foam in the corners to make sure that there's just a little bit of give in it to make it shake, so to speak. So I'm going to put a piece of 3D foam in the corners. Now this is the bit that's not so elegant. I have to shove my hand in the bag and push it into the corner. And I think that will do for that side. And then I need to do the same again at this side. There we go. Try and get it away from the centre. And then the two top corners and the fourth corner. Then I've taken one of the snow globe stickers, and this is one of the winter scenes. I've just peeled the back away. I'm going to pop it into our sachet and stick it across kind of towards the top like that, and press it down on the back. Then we get the fun part, and this is our snow. I'm using a plastic takeaway spoon because you need something. See, it just looks like snow. You need something to pop it in the bag with. So I'm going to put in a couple of spoonfuls and see how that looks. It does, like glitter, go everywhere. And yeah, I think that should be about right. I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't, get it over everything. And because I'm not normally a messy crafter, but I just wanted you to see the whole process. So now I'm going to peel off the tape from the actual fold. There we go. Pull that away and fold that top section over like that. So then we've got our shaker sachet. So you can see how that shakes, and you can see how the added foam pads just in the corners give it a little bit of height and depth. So I can put this to one side because that's going to go at the back of our shadow box. Next, we're going to create the insert for the card. The base card I've cut from Anna Griffin Christmas cardstock. This could be any. I've simply cut it to 10 inches by 7 inches. I've scored it and folded it in half. I've used a bone folder to make sure I've got that nice sharp score in the middle, and I've stamped it with my handmade stamp on the back and added my name. So now we can create the inside for our shadow box card. The base layer is cardstock that is the same as the outside cardstock, and I've cut it to roughly 1/4 of an inch smaller than the actual card itself. I've got flat tape on the back of it. I haven't inked the edges or anything different, just cut the cardstock to fit. There we go. I can press it down and add it for the insert. One of the layers that I've cut for the outside, well, 2 of the layers I've cut in ivory cardstock. The oval is the centre that it would normally be the waist. These are perfect sizes for inserts. I've tapped the edge with a dark grey ink pad. It could be any. I think mine was a Stays-On ink pad. I've got flat tape on the back of it, and I'm simply going to position the oval towards the top of the insert. I've then taken one of the snow scenes from the Snow Globe collection, and for anybody that has trouble removing the back of the stickers, I take a pokey tool and I simply just gently press the pokey tool to the layer, the carrier layer that the sticker's on, and that splits the 2 layers, and then peel the carrier layer away. Carrier layer away. There we go. I'm going to position the snow scene just at the bottom of the oval, like that. And then I've taken one of, I'm going to say my favourite 3D Christmas sentiment stickers, but they're Anna's favourite 3D sentiment stickers, but they're my favourite too. And it just says Season's Greetings. Again, a sticker, peel the back of it away. I've left it as a 3D sticker because we've got lots of height on the front, so a little bit of height on the insert isn't going to make any difference. And I'm just adding that over the bottom of the snow scene sticker that we've added in the centre. How cool is that for a Christmas insert? And how quick and easy. So now we can turn our attention to the front of the card. I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure that's still nice and sharp. And I'm going to put that to one side for now, because now we need to make the start of our shadow box. As you can see, I've die cut it and I've already started scoring it at one side. So once you've die cut it, you've got little score lines in there. Oh, look at that view. Perfect. You've got score lines in there. And you start to fold the lines. So just fold them by hand to begin with. You get the first one folded, use your bone folder. It's not going to affect the embossing on the outside. So you folded the first one in, and then you're going to fold the next one out. So they're called mountain and valley folds because you go in and out, up and down, and you create an effect like a mountain and a valley. So now I can use my bone folder on the opposite side for this one to make sure it's nice and sharp. And then I'm going to continue, do the next one, fold it in. So the creases are scored ready for you. All you have to do is fold them after you've die cut it. And then the next one, the slots are in there as well that we're going to add the layers to. So we fold this one, and again, doesn't matter which way up that you use your bone folder, but I do suggest that you use something like a bone folder to make sure that crease is nice and sharp, because that's what holds it all in place. So the last one folds inwards, and this is the one where you're going to put the tape on it, because that's the one that's going to stick to your card. So now we just make sure that's as nice a crease as the other ones, and I've already done it at the other side, and I can just make sure that's still nice and sharp. Now I think there's many ways to decorate them, and many things that you can do as you decorate them. These are the pages, or the layers should I say, that slot in between the gaps. I want to show you how to do these, and I'm going to do the one closest to the actual frame. And you see the gaps in the joins, they're simply going to slot through the gap like so, and the tab will keep it in place. And do the second one at the bottom. Again, the tab will keep it in place like so, and then pull it towards you and slot it in the tab at the opposite side, and same again for the bottom, and push that in. There we go. Oops. And that is one layer in place. So then you can position it as to where you want that layer to be, how far up, how far down. Then we can put in our next layer. So just slot that back in. This is popped out. There we go, and it's popping out at the other side. And you actually don't need tape. I'm going to try turning it round the other way. There we go. So let's see if this makes a difference. There's me all of a panic doing this one on video. Sometimes the cards or scrapbooking pages are very straightforward to make on a video. Others just give me heart palpitations when I think of all the explanations I've got to give and keep chatting while I'm doing something. And unfortunately, this is one of those cards that I've thought, oh no, how am I going to show how to make that? However, you know what? It's going to look great when we're finished. Okay, so that is our final tab in place. Popping out again. There we go. So that's our first layer. Now we can add our second layer. So our tabs are pointing downwards, and pop the first one in like so. Pull it through at the other side. Now there's a reason I'm using ivory cardstock. I was going to use all matching cardstock so that you couldn't see the layers and it all blended so well. And I actually thought, no, I'm going to use ivory because I want you to see the difference in the layers, and it will tone in with what we're doing anyway. So that's our second tab in, and then we can add our last side one there and pull that through, and that one's popped out. So let's try this again. Go for the bottom first. There we go. Straight in. And the top one. Once they're in, they're in. And they're stuck. There. Pull it down so it can't move. And the same with the front one. So that has got our shadow layers in it. Took a little bit of doing. It will be a lot easier not on video, trust me. If anything's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong while you're filming it. So that's going to be ready to go on our card. Now as each layer went in, you can decorate each layer, or you can do it a different way. I'm going to do it a different way because our base layer is going to be our shaker. So I've just got to remove all the tape from our shaker because it's one long video. I haven't cut it or anything. The only cut is from the intro into our tutorial. So I need to remove all the tape. I didn't want to do it before I added the snow into it. So I can add that, and I'm putting it at the back of our card. So it's on the card front, but it'll be to the back of our shaker, if that makes sense. So I can press that down like that, and then I'm going to remove the tape from the front. There we go. And just use my pokey tool to help me, because the red tape obviously gives a very firm stick. There we go. And last one. There we go. So now we can add our shadow box on top of this. So I'm just going to peel off the tape that I've already put on the two folded in tabs that we had from the full shadow box layer. And then I'm going to pop this over our shaker background, like so. I'm going to press those down and hopefully get that in position on top of our card. And that should be roughly it. Press it down nice and firm. Use my bone folder just to make sure those edges are pressed down at both sides. There we go. And you can see the back of it has the shaker, and that's why we added the foam pads to give it some depth, as we wanted the snow to be able to move. Now the best bit, if you're not layering each layer as you put them into your shadow box, you can add layers through the front. These are from the actual snow globe sticker set. So that's a snow scene on 3D foam, and I've positioned it slightly to one side. I've got two gorgeous Christmas tree stickers. Now I've added a little bit of glitter to these and a little bit of the artificial snow, just to give them a little bit of texture. I've got one of the little bird stickers from the snow globe set, and I'm going to add that just at the bottom of our window for the shadow box, and it's just going to sit just there. And then I've got a Happy Christmas sticker that's just going to go over the bottom of the two birds, and it's just going to sit just over their little feet there. You can press that down and add a bow at the top. There we go. And I think we can safely say I got there in the end. Our inside is so pretty, and our outside is as well. Just such a different kind of card. We've got the shadow box layers, so if I'd have made that all in the same colour, you would have had difficulty seeing those layers, and I want you to be able to see them, because I want you to be able to see the shaker layer at the back, and then where we've put the stickers, and then we've got the front section with the little birds and the trees, and we've got the gorgeous snow at the back. Give it a shake, and the trees are covered, and it just looks so pretty. It really does. And I think these are absolutely gorgeous. I really do. And very different. It folds flat, so it'll go in a normal 7x5 envelope. You can see how it just all goes flat. So you don't have to use anything special to mail them. And it's such a gorgeous card. It stands up perfectly. You can see down the layers at the back. You can see how it just all sits so neatly. And I just think that's gorgeous. And the little twinkle of the glitter on the front. Please check my blog for the list of items that we've used. And I will take lots of photos of it. And I hope I haven't gone too fast. And I hope I haven't made a big enough mess of it to be able to confuse you. Because I just wanted to give you a good idea of how to use the gorgeous shadow box dies. And I'm sure we'll revisit this set at some point to make another one, and I'll have to practice before then with my tabs. But trust me, you don't need glue to stick them in or anything like that. They do stay in themselves. It's just, I think once the camera's switched on, I just lose all working ability with things, so it kind of goes out the window. So check the blog for lots of photos and for all the information and for the links and everything. And I would just like to say thank you so much for sticking with me, and I shall see you next time.